Hello, my name is Ankit Alex Hansta, UR15 CS258, and I'm making this experiment. So I'm making this video for explaining the seventh experiment of networking LAN, that is configuration of VLANs. So a VLAN is a further division in a particular LAN. That is, we are dividing a LAN into different networks, and these are called VLANs or virtual LANs. So these VLANs are two types: intra VLANs and inter VLANs. Intra VLANs are those VLANs which cannot communicate with each other, um, whereas inter VLANs can communicate with each other. So first of all, let's configure intra VLAN. So uh, first of all, we have made this particular topology where we have a switch, and we have six end devices, and and there are three VLANs, that are VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and each have two end devices. So we give each of them their respective IP addresses, uh, uh, beginning from 10.1 to 30.2. And after giving them respective topologies, IP addresses, we go to switch for configuration. So first of all, we will go en and in config menu. After going into config menu, what we have to do is we have to set the VLAN. So for making the VLAN, we will type VLAN and the VLAN number. So we are configuring VLAN 10. So as you can see, it has went inside the VLAN menu, that is a VLAN 10. Now we will give it a name. So for giving the name, let us name it name CSC. Okay, I named it name CSC. So like this, we give other VLANs, that is VLAN 20, VLAN 30. Now we have set up using these commands, we set up three VLANs, that is VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and VLAN 30. Now to add the ports which we will be in the particular VLANs, for that we will first of all exit this VLAN setup, and then we will go into we'll go into port interface, that is int FA. For example, we are interfacing FA01, so 01, and we will give here that this port belongs to which VLAN. For that we have command switch port mode access. So here the mode access tells us that we are currently defining the intra VLAN, and we first define the mode, and so here is a little spelling mistake. As you can see, now we have defined the mode, at which mode it's going, and we will now define which VLAN does this belongs to. So it will be switch port access VLAN 10. So when we give this command, we have given the FA01 to VLAN 10. So similarly, we will do this for all the end devices, and so that is all the ports, and I have already done this. Now to show the VLANs, we will use the troubleshooting command sh show VLAN. So as you can see, there are three VLANs we have: 10, 20 and 30. And so 10, 20 and 30, their names are CSCIT and MCA, and this shows their members: 0, 0, 1, 2, 1 and 3 is port 0 and 1, port 2 and 3, port 4 and 5. So these are the members. Now we have successfully configured our Intra VLAN. So if we try pinging between the devices in same VLANs, it is as you can see, it is successful. But if we try pinging between VLANs, it is unsuccessful, because we haven't figured because it is intra, and it cannot communicate. The VLANs cannot communicate between each other. So for this we have inter VLANs. So let's move on to configuration of inter VLANs. So here is another topology. Here we have configured intra VLAN, for which we need a router. So first of all, we'll do the same things which we did in intra. It is set up three VLANs, that is 10, 20 and 30, and adds those in FA. Add those ports in their respective VLANs. So if we see the VLAN table, it is SH VLAN, you can see that we have VLAN names, that is 10, 20 and 30, and the active members which it has. So active members it has. So we have configured the intra VLAN. Now for inter, we need to configure that in a router. So we'll go to router CLI, and each router. Since there are different VLANs, so each network should have their respective should have their respective default gateway. So to configure that, we need to sub-interface the middle cable. So sub-interfacing is that one cable has multiple addresses. So for that we will use encapsulation. So for that we will go into config menu, and in config menu we will start interfacing the sub interface. So that is FA 0/0.10. So we are currently sub interfacing. After that you will use command encapsulation.1q10. This is the identifier to tell the router that this address is for VLAN 10, and then we will add the IP address. So IP address, we will add 192.168.10.254, and its wildcard it's subnet mask. So now we have configured the VLAN to the ports IP sub-interfaced IP. Now what you have to do is we have to interface the switch for that we have to define the access mode. So for that we have to go inside the config menu and interface the port we want to interface. Let's be and we have to give it switch port, and since it's Intra, we will use the switch access to be trunks. So switch port mode trunk, and now we have given it the mode trunk, and using now we will give that which networks are allowed through this trunk. So allowed VLANs would be uh, 10, 20 and 30. So as you can see, we have now configured all those, and earlier also I have already configured. So as you can see in this VLAN table, we have these 3 VLANs, and that's it. So let's try pinging. So as you can see, it goes to the router, then it comes back with the address and goes to the respective end device it needs to go. So this is how the VLANs communicate with each other. So as you can see, we have successfully pinged, and we have successfully configured Intra and Inter. Thank you.